Hey guys, welcome back to the Sullivan family. It's really sunny today. I can't go anywhere with the sun's, not that I'm complaining. Right, so this video is part 2 to the video that I did last week on our kind of baby preparations, if you like. Things that we need, things that we have bought, things that we've got, stuff that we use for the new baby. So obviously last week we did the pram and the car seat and the baby bath, the baby bag and the pod. This week I'm going to do a few of the other things that we've got or bought, and then the next video I'm going to do will probably be packing my bag and packing the baby's bag, I guess. I'm nearly 35 weeks now, so I should probably pack my bag pretty soon. But you know, I like to leave these things to the last minute. But anyway, so I'm going to start today with the crib that we've got. So way back when, with Elizabeth, I think we had a Moses basket, which she hated. And I could never get her to sleep in it. She absolutely hated it. So I think we put her straight into a cot. We had a white cot, which we actually ended up using for 7 of them, I think, in the end, because it was just a normal cot. And then it was a really nice cot though. I think we either got given it or we bought it second hand, and it had a nice drop side and it had a drawer underneath. It was a really nice cot. I think we used that for the first few months for most of them, because obviously I tried Olivia with the Moses basket as well. She didn't like it either. So she went straight into the cot as well. The twins, they shared, so they had the cot. And then they moved on to like a cot bed or a toddler bed afterwards. Noah had the cot. Eva had the cot. And then Toby had like the cot broke in the end. So we had to get rid of it, because it had been through so many children, and it had been taken apart and put back together so many times, so that broke, so we had to get rid of that one. And Toby had a little wooden crib, which he quite liked. It was quite nice, but again, it wasn't very big, so he ended up, I think we got another cot, possibly. I can't remember, it might have been one of the cot beds. Noah had a really nice cot bed after he'd been in the cot for a few months, so we might have put Toby straight into that one, a really nice wooden one. And then obviously the other twins, they had a white cot, which we got 2 matching white cots actually, but we just had one up in our room for a while, which they shared. So then when we got to Agnes, the next to me, like cribs that you put next to your bed that can attach to your bed, they'd kind of just about sort of, well, they'd probably been out for a little bit. We didn't really know much about them, and I thought I really quite like the look of that, but we didn't want to buy one new because they're quite expensive. So we found a second-hand one and washed it all up and everything else. It's still in perfect condition, hadn't been used for very long. And so we had that for Agnes and Joseph, and we are going to get that one out again for the new baby. Again, you know, I think Agnes and Joseph were probably in it for about 6 months and then went into a cot. They both had one of the cots that the twins had, but sadly both of them broke as well. I don't seem to have much luck with cots, but then I guess they get used by quite a few children and they always manage to break the base. I think we might have one cot left up in the loft, but it's just nice. We obviously don't have very much room in our bedroom, and we've got even less now. We've got twins' clothes in here as well, so it's just nice to be able to have them in something right next to me, because I hate them being too far away from me when they're tiny. Right next to me, next to the bed, so they're kind of in the bed but not in the bed. It's just reassuring, and I like them to be. And even when, you know, you put that side back on and they're still in the room with you, it's still got quite a bit of space in it, but it's not taking up too much space in the room. So anyway, I'll show you the cot in its bag now. Right, so this is the next to me crib in its bag. It folds up, you know, it all comes apart and folds up quite small, and it's in a carry bag. When we got it, it didn't have a bag, so we bought one from the Spares website. I think it wasn't very much, but it's really handy because it's just been up in the loft, just my ironing. So yeah, I'm going to give it a go and see if I can remember how to put it together. Okay, so that was fairly painless. There's a couple of bits I forgot how to do, but it's done. Right, so it's really simple to put back together, to be honest. Just I forgot a couple of the bits where they went, and it folds down quite small. But I'll show you what it looks like in the room. So that's how kind of big it is in comparison to obviously the bed. So it's got quite a lot of space inside. The good thing is as well is all of these covers all come out. They've all got like a framework, but they can all be washed. So these were all washed when I put it away with Joseph. They were washed. They smell really nice. I think we've bought either one or two. We bought a new mattress when we got it, because we got it second hand. We bought a new mattress, and I think we might have bought another one for Joseph. Not entirely sure, but this one's okay. So it's got a cover on it that you can take off and take off and wash anyway. Cover there with a board. So it's quite a thick mattress as well. It's probably about that thick. So then you've got the bits that undo. So zip that side, and you've got a zip that side, and then you can take out the bar. Oops. Just a second, I can't do it with one hand. Right, I couldn't do that with Karen holding the camera and trying to show you what to do, but so these bits of the frame, they come out. You unzip them, the bits of the frame come out, and you can roll it down like that. So then you've got, oops, then you've got the cot then that you can push right up to the bed. It's got extendable feet, so you can push the feet under longer under the bed, and obviously you've also got adjustable heights on this. So this is on a 3 at the moment. Might have to go a little bit lower to go on our bed, but it can go right up to a 6, so depending on obviously the height of your bed. But it's also got straps which are underneath. Can't get to them. That grey strap there, they come out. Yeah, the grey straps are like a fabric strap. I think there's 2, and sorry, it's the sun again. You kind of put it around the base of your bed. They're really long, so like we've got slats on our bed, so you can put it around the slats, but I assume it works with other beds as well, and that just secures it to your bed as well. But it needs to be like the same height as your mattress, and then it's like baby's in bed with you, but not in bed with you, if you like. So I mean, this is just not necessarily right, but I'll show you what I mean. So it'll push right up to the bed like that. I think it would probably need to be a little bit lower for our bed, but but just to kind of show you what I mean. But it's quite nice because they're right next to you. So yeah, that is our cot. So obviously the sheets are a slightly different size in this than they would be for like a Moses basket. You can buy specific sheets for these cots. I had some with Agnes that I bought, which I think were pink, possibly with unicorns on, and I bought some with Joseph, which were blue, I think, the stars on. So I've got both, and I've also got some white ones as well. So we'll make that up closer to the time. But it's just a nice it's a nice sort of start off cot, but it's bigger than what a Moses basket would be, and it's more open for them. Mine hated being enclosed in Moses baskets, so this one's really nice, and it's nice because they can be right next to you as well. So that's good. I'm glad I remembered how to set it up, because I was a bit worried that I'd forgotten. But I might have to get Ben just to check it over, just to check that I haven't done anything wrong. But yeah, I really like these. They're really I can't remember how much we paid for it second hand. I think they're 100 and something new, but they're definitely worth it. They are a nice crib, and then they, you know, wash up, and you can put it away, and either, you know, quite often people sell them on, or keep hold of them. So yeah. Okay, so I've moved downstairs now, because the other things I was going to show you are our sterilizer and baby bottles. So we've had the steam sterilizers over the years. I think we had a steam sterilizer with Lizzie, probably with the others as well. But after having, I mean, we probably had a couple, but they go really, if you live in a hard water area, which we did down in Oxfordshire, the bottom of it gets really lime scaly, and then it stops working. And I'm just not overly keen on steam sterilizers. I mean, I know they're quick and they're quite good and all of that, but I'm just not overly keen on them. And when the twins were in 𝙵𝚑𝙵𝙵, they use the old-fashioned cold water sterilizers, and I thought that's a brilliant idea. I love that. So I bought one. I've been using the cold water sterilizer ever since. So it's been put away for a while. So I have, basically it's just this, which has also got some other goodies in it as well by the looks of it. I think it's got that's a breast pump just in case. Because when we had the twins, I've said about videos before, I've never got on with breastfeeding very well. It was something that I kind of really wanted to do, but I always found it really, really difficult. So I do tend to just go to bottle feeding now. But when the twins were in 𝙵𝚑𝙵, I did express for them, because obviously they were so tiny and everything else, and I wanted to do something for them, because you can't bring them home. You feel like you're not doing anything. So I did kind of express for them for about 6 weeks, really, until Leah came home. So I've still got storage bags and a breast pump just in case. So the option is there as well. So anyway, this is steam sterilizer. Really simple. It's literally I think it's meant for more upright bottles, but I've used the Tommy Tippy bottles in it, I've used the Dr. Brown's bottles in it, and I've used the Avent bottles in it, and they all kind of work. So you fill it with cold water, and then Milton sterilising stuff, which is, it tells you on the bottle how much you've got to use. It's like 5 litres of water to 1 full cup of Milton. Then you can put all your stuff in, put the lid on, put the big lid on, and it will, I've done it the right way around. It locks itself as well if you turn the handle over, so that's locked. So you've got your cold water and you've got your Milton in there, and I think it's 15 minutes and they're sterilised. I mean, obviously if you want a bottle straight away, then it's probably not the best idea because you have to wait like 15 minutes. But I will wash up, you know, as I go along. I'll wash up the bottles. I do like a big bottle wash in the morning, and then it's good. But I like it because you can put the bottles in, and within 15 minutes you've got a whole load of new sterilised bottles, and you don't have to keep sterilising them. Like with the steam steriliser, I used to find that I'd either have to do them all at the same time, or I'd have bottles in there and I have to keep sterilising them over and over. Whereas with this, you just put them in and they're all, you know, they stay sterile for 24 hours, and then you change the water every 24 hours, clean it out a bit, change the water, like I said, 24 hours, and then your bottles they stay sterilised all day until you need them, and you just add new ones to it, 15 minutes and they're sterilised as well. So I really like it. It's really simple, and I'll be using it again this time round. So yeah, I like these. Right, next, baby bottles. I think we've done a vlog on this before about the bottles that we've used. We've used many different bottles over the years. We had Elizabeth, we had the original Avon bottles, and then with Olivia I think we had Tommy Tippy bottles, we've had Dr. Brown's bottles, we've had loads of different ones. We've had colicky babies, so we've had anti-colic bottles, we've tried all of the sorts of bottles. But with Joseph, I went back to, because some of them I've obviously reused again, but I think after Agnes, a lot of the bottles had I think they were Tommy Tippy ones we had with her, because she didn't really have, I can't remember if she did have problems or not. I don't think she did. The only problem she had was that she was always sick all the time, and we've since found out that's because she had an allergy. But she didn't kind of get colic or anything, but she was always sick, like sick everywhere all the time. It didn't seem to bother her. She just used to crawl around in it. She was still being sick when she was like, you know, crawling, and I remember taking her to baby clubs and stuff, and she'd just be sick everywhere. She wasn't bothered at all, but obviously that's because of her allergy. The only way it bothered her was obviously her skin and her nappy, but it didn't seem to cause her any reflux or anything, is what I mean. Anyway, so when we had Joseph, I needed new ones again. So I went back to the original Avent ones that we had. So, but obviously they're a little bit different. They changed a little bit, and they've now got like anti-colic teats. So we've got the big ones and the little ones. These will have all been washed, sterilised, put away. So I'll have to give them all a wash again. And I did keep hold of the teats, but they've gone a little bit yellowy and a bit sticky where they've been put away. So I've bought some new teats, a new bottle brush as well. I think that's just a Tesco's one. But I like them because they're nice shape, and they are quite good. The anti-colic one's quite good. So I did buy new teats. I couldn't find any in Boots the size I wanted, because I wanted ones for the tiny bottles, so for these ones, and I wanted twos for the big ones. So I bought them online, and the best offer I found was this company in, I think they were Denmark actually. So I've got I mean, these are slightly different than the other ones, but they're anti-colic ones. Again, it's been like 3 years since Joseph was a baby, nearly 4, so things will have changed a bit. So we've got the number 1 teats, which are from 0 months plus anti-colic ones, and then so I think I bought 6 of them to go with the 6 bottles, and then I bought 6 number 2s as well, which is like from 1 month, because obviously it changes quite fast. And then I think the number 3s are from 3 months possibly, and then I don't know, but I might I'll see how we get on with these before I buy any more. I didn't want to buy any more. I think they were £15 for, well, I paid £34.50 including shipping for all, so what is there, 12 teats, which is quite good, because considering They're normally about £5 something, £6 something for 2. I guess that would be about the same, wouldn't it? I think I got 3 lots, so I got 6 for £14.85, which is quite a good price, because sometimes they can be like nearly £10. But I'm quite pleased with that. So I've got new teats there as well, which I will put in the box. So I need to obviously wash and sterilise these new ones, get rid of the old teats, and have the new ones ready. So I'll put them in here, one of my many storage boxes. Keeps everything nice. So that is that. So yeah, that is bottles. One of the other things I needed to get was a new changing mat. We do still have one upstairs, but it's probably about 3 years old, and there's no padding left in it or anything. So I needed to get a new one. I picked one up the other day in Tesco's in the sale, but when I got to checkout, it had rips down both sides. So I put it back and just ordered one from Amazon instead. We did at one point have a whole baby changing table in the bathroom. I think that might have been with Agnes, and I did really like it. It was really nice because it's obviously at your height rather than having to get down on the floor, but it just took up too much space, so I had to get rid of it in the end. I did like it. It was nice having them up higher, although it's a little bit scary because obviously you can't leave them on their own because they'll roll off, so we just stick to the floor. It's easier because they can't roll off the floor. So yeah, this one was delivered the other day. I haven't opened it yet, so I'll open it. I bought a neutral colour because obviously we don't know if it's a girl or a boy. So, oh, that's cute. Got this one. Little elephant. That's chic. I think it was about £10, but I mean you can get them in the supermarkets. I think B&M probably sell them. Get baby changing mats anyway really, but I wanted a kind of a bit of a colourful one, a nice soft one, which will probably get used upstairs and downstairs, although I might end up buying another one, but I might not. So yeah, baby changing mat, necessity, because believe me, there will be poo and it will be on the carpet, so it's definitely one of my necessities. Right, so the other things I was going to show you were I've got a baby wrap, this one, which is, I don't know if that's Boba. This one's really nice. It's a total fabric one, so it's just fabric, that's all it is, and it's brilliant when they're tiny. I would show you how to put it on, but it'd probably take me about 3 hours to remember how to do it, and then I'll be fine. So I use this this one, and they fold up really small as well, so I've washed and put this one away. It's just like a massive piece of material that you wrap around. There is lots of instructions online, but it's nice because it folds up quite small and goes back in its little bag. So I had this one with Agnes because obviously when she was born the twins were still quite small. If we were all out, then obviously Agnes would have the pram, but if I was on my own with them, then the twins would still be in the pushchair. So I used to wear Agnes quite a lot, and it's quite nice to wear them as well. I used it a few times with Joseph, but not quite as much. He didn't like it so much, so I didn't use it all that much. And I've also got another kind of wrap cross carrier. It's a bit sturdier than this one. This is proper just wrap. The other one is a hop tie one, which is in the cupboard somewhere. I think it's black with colourful on the front, and that one's a really nice one as well. I haven't got that one out yet, so I've got the option of 2, and I have seen another Tula carrier which I really like as well, which is more of a kind of, instead of it being it's kind of a wrapped front, if you like, so it's a material front, but it's got the straps and the waistband as well, so it's kind of a little bit easier to use, if you like, because as great as these is, sometimes you forget how to do them and you're like, I can't remember how to do it. So I might swap my hop tie one for a Tula one at some point. I'm not entirely sure, because they're nice, because they've got like the front of it is like a wrap kind of carrier, or a sling kind of carrier, sorry. But like I say, it's got big padded straps and everything, and waistband, so it kind of makes it a bit easier to wear. So yeah, so that's something else I've got, a baby wrap. They are, I mean, obviously they're not a necessity, but they are really nice to have. And I think in Scotland, there's a baby box you can claim. I haven't claimed it this time because I don't really need it, so I haven't bothered. I did with Agnes, I think, or Joseph. But you get a free baby box for every baby in Scotland, and it's got like lots of essentials in it, loads and loads of different things. It's really good. And I know in them there is a baby wrap in those ones as well. Not this one, it's a bit like this one, but it's a material one. But I haven't claimed it this time because I don't really need it, and I just feel like I was kind of just taking it just for the sake of it, and I don't really need it, so I've not taken that one. So yeah, it is nice to be able to wear them, especially if they're a bit fussier. I wish I'd had something like this when I had Elizabeth, but there wasn't really anything like that back then, and I had just a normal carrier, and it used to absolutely kill my back, because there's no back support whatsoever, and she was a really unsettled baby, and I could have really done with something like this, because they're so snug and cozy in these, and they're so comfortable to wear that you just forget you're wearing them. And it's nice to have them, you know, close by and have your hands free. So sometimes it's kind of an option. So that's kind of another thing that is a good thing to have as well, a baby carrier. The only other thing that we've got, so what have I been through? I've been through pram. These are my kind of essentials. Pram, baby bath, although not technically essential, but handy. Car seat, pod. What did I do last week? Can't remember now. Today's been the bottles, the sterilizer, the crib, and the baby carriers. I'm sure there was something, oh, the baby bag, that was the other thing. So they're kind of the things. Obviously some of them we've bought, like I said, some of them we already had and we've just washed up and used again, because they're in perfectly good condition. The only other thing that I've bought that is new so far, so the only things I've bought that's new have been the baby changing mat, the baby bath, a new changing bag because we needed one anyway, and some new teats for the bowls. The only other thing new that I've bought is a new baby bouncy rocker chair. We had a pink one in the loft. We had a pink Fisher-Price one. I thought we did, but it's not there, so I don't know what I've done with it, whether I've given it to charity or sold it at Car Boot or something along the line, although I swear that it's still up there somewhere. But we also had another one. We've got a Fisher-Price one upstairs, I think, but it's quite big and I wanted something a little bit smaller for when it's first kind of born. And I have been swayed a little bit with all the nice chairs online. Like you've got the Mamaroos one, but that's about £300, and it's just, I mean, it looks nice and I'm sure it's great, and it like vibrates and rocks and sings, and it's got Bluetooth and everything else, but there's no way I'm spending £300 on a baby chair. And then there was the Munchkin one, which is similar. It's kind of like a swing, like swivel kind of one with Bluetooth, and it does different songs and it does all this sort of stuff. And I was kind of like, oh, I really like the look of that. I could be swayed by that. And then I just thought, practically, no, because it's really expensive and I know what will happen. It will get lent on and broke, because they're okay, but they've got like a round base and then the seat goes on top. I know what's going to happen. Someone's going to lean on it, someone's going to break it, and then it'll be like £200 gone. And plus it's just a little bit too much money to spend on a chair. So then I saw a Maxi Cozy one, which was again a little bit, but it was still about 180, and it was a swing that kind of went side to side, and I thought, oh, I quite like that one, that would be quite nice. But then I thought, if I've got to bring the baby in the kitchen with me, which obviously baby will have to come everywhere with me, and if I'm in the kitchen cooking, it's going to need to be in the kitchen with me, because I can't leave it in the lounge with the other ones. So I'll have to bring it out with me, and then sometimes I might have to put it up higher somewhere, or I know that's not necessarily safe, but believe me, when you've got little ones as well. So I thought really what I need is just a basic chair, but a nice one and a smaller one. And the one thing that really gets on my nerves with baby chairs is toy bars, because you kind of got to put the baby in over the top or underneath, or take the toy bar off, or sometimes the kids try, and baby chairs we've had in the past, the kids have tried to pick it up by the toy bar and the whole chair is just, and the baby, and you're just like, no, just don't do it because it's going to break it. So I found a 𝙵𝚂𝙵𝙵 one. I think it's a 𝙵𝚂𝚵𝙵𝙵 2-in-1 baby seat. So it's just a bog standard, it's just a baby seat, but you can have it stationary. You can lock the underneath so it's stationary, or you can have it so it rocks. And it's a really nice colour. It's neutral, so it's greys, and it's kind of got, the other good thing about it is it's got like a wooden sort of surround, and you can zip the cover right off. So some of the other ones that we've had, you have to kind of get in there and pull it off the bars and get in underneath. And they've had, because they've had the battery pack in, so it sings and it does vibrates and all of these sorts of things, which you always end up not using because the batteries run out, and you don't bother putting them back in, because it hasn't, you know, the material normally has to go in all around that and everything. So this one's really good because obviously they do get messy, and sometimes babies are sick or they get wet, or, you know, whatever, and you do need to wash the chair, and sometimes it's really difficult. It's just to get them all off. So this is quite nice because you literally just zip the cover off, it's off, it's in the wash, it's back out again. So I think it was about £90. I got it from Amazon. See, I'll find things that I like, I'll look around and find things that I like, and then I'll look everywhere to see where's the cheapest place I can get it. That's not going to scam me. And sometimes that's a really good thing, and other times it can be a bit detrimental because I end up losing out on a really good deal. But still, I don't like spending more than I have to. So that I can't show you that because it's not here. It's not here till Friday, but I'll get Ben to put a picture up of it so you can see, or a link up so you can see what it looks like. It's really nice. So yeah, apart from things that we might need along the way, that's kind of everything that we've got ready that I think we need for now, other than toiletries and things like that, which I'm going to go through when I do the baby bag and my hospital bag. I'll go through those sorts of things then, but that's kind of all the equipment, if you like, that we would use pretty much, or that we think we need. There might be some things along the way that we need, or there might not. We might be absolutely fine. But like I said before in the last video, there's been lots of things we've bought over the years that we've thought, why did we buy this? I've been swayed many times, a bit like with the chair, I've been swayed many times to buy things, and I've thought to myself afterwards, that just was not worth the money. I bought a pram once that was really very expensive and I hated it, and ended up selling it and getting something that I really loved. So sometimes it's not always the best thing. But now it has taught me over the years to read lots of reviews on things, to kind of stick with what I like. If there's something that I really like, then I'll kind of remember what it is and stick with that. And sometimes with bottles and things, you do have to try different ones, but I try and do everything as on budget as you can, really, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because, you know, it can be expensive having a baby, but it doesn't have to be. You know, there's lots of things you can keep, there's things you can buy, there's some things you can't buy secondhand, but there's some things you can buy secondhand, and, you know, there's lots of ways round things, and there's some things that just really aren't necessary. So, you know, it's always good. Having children is always going to be expensive, but believe me, when they get older, they're even more expensive. But yeah, that is kind of most of my things. If I think of anything more, then I'll put another video together, but next one is going to be my hospital bag and the baby's hospital bag. So yeah, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll be back next week with another one, because I've really got to think about packing my bag now anyway. Don't forget to drop us a like, drop us a comment. You can see my recycling in the background. I've just realised you can. That's because Noah's not here and he does my recycling, and it's just kind of overflowed in the background now. Yeah, drop us a like, drop us a comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.